Okay, guys, so I know you've seen the title. Public, the investing platform, sold my Shrek music royalties. I didn't have a choice. Now, in this particular video, I'm going to go over how much I made from my Shrek music royalties. I'll probably briefly explain what it is and my overall experience. Now, if you're not sure what Public is an investing platform that allows you to invest in bonds, stocks, collectibles, and all that other thing. But however, this was the first platform that I've seen that allowed individuals to buy music royalty shares, and this one was for Shrek. So wherever they play movies, soundtracks, or any of that, you collect a particular royalty. The royalty was in like a form of a dividend between I believe 7 to 8%. And what happened is Public end up buying a portion of the catalog, and from there they issued the shares. And then what would happen is each quarterly you would receive dividend. Now, what ended up happening is once they put it on the open market, there was a huge demand. So I think it got as high as 200% within the first week. I probably should have sold then, but I didn't. I more so held it just to get a steady dividend, 7 to 8%. And I'll show you everything that happened, the price that I bought it for, the price that I sold it for, and my overall experience. But I'm not going to waste no further time. Oh, but before we get started, make sure you smash the like button because it helps the YouTube algorithm. It helps YouTube know that this is quality content and help my videos reach a broader audience. Let's get it. So now I'm on the public platform. I'm just going to scroll all the way down till you see the Shrek music royalty. Initially, I bought Shrek. The initial offerings was for $10 a share, and I bought 11 of them, so my total investment was $110. In my previous videos, and I'll put it up on the link below, you've seen I got up over 100%. You can just check the videos, and I'll have it on the suggested videos. And matter of fact, let's scroll down. You can see it went all the way up from January 2nd, went from $10 a share to $28.90. That's almost 200%. And then it just went down. And then from there, after September, that's when they made it that you could not buy or sell. So there was a buy or sell button, but it ended up saying no activity was allowed or whatever. So it didn't allow you to buy and sell. And even if you check the comments, a lot of people was asking questions. What's the deal with Shrek royalty? Anyone know? Did they suspend trading or just pull liquidity? And then someone here end up letting they know that hey, they noticed it was on royalty exchange, hoping to make something since trades was disabled. Check the emails. On September 6th, they end up sharing this information. As a shareholder of a royalty, Shrek franchise original music, we are writing to let you know that a secondary trades on shares in this asset has been disabled as of 4 o'clock p.m. today, September 6th. The assets will be publicly listed for music royalty. These royalties marketplace is where this asset was originally purchased. If you're interested in to buy the entire asset, just let you know. No action is needed to require. We'll notify you with any update. We're writing to update you that Shrek Music Royalties has been sold at the auction. The sale price was $961,733.27 net of fees, but excluding taxes, this asset sold as a gain of $93,492. Public has received payments for this asset and distributed $10.81 per share to shareholders, which you would see in your buying power, and it's letting me know the funds was just automatically put in my public account. With the cash position, I did check at the top. I already had some money in there, but they did end up putting the cash into my particular account. Unfortunately, though, the share around this time period was closer to $12. So I would have liked it for them to kind of count the shares at about the $12 mark, but unfortunately, they didn't, and they sold it for $10. What was it? Was it $10.81? yeah, $10.81, and I paid $10 for it. So that gave me a net total of, if you're talking about profit, if we I went $10 a share, I got 11 shares. So that was $110. And by the way, let me just go to the history so you guys can see everything. Where is it? Okay, so as you can see, these are the shares. I got 11 shares, so that's $110 altogether for 11 shares, the $110. Now they sold it for $10.81, so that total was $118.91. However, you have to keep in mind that they end up paying dividend. So if I would know my total returns, I would get the account the increase in stock price as well as the dividend. Now, this royalties was more so geared towards the dividend thing. So if the share price increased, that's good, but the main thing would come from the payouts. So I got 5 particular payouts, and we can scroll. Um, oh, I'm sorry. The first ones, these were actually canceled for some reason, but these are the ones that went through. So the first dividend was on December 11th, 2023 for $2.42. Let's go up. The second one was February 27th. Normally the dividends are paid quarterly. 2024 for $1.87. Scroll up some. The third one was for $2.20 cash dividend. The fourth one, September 10th, 2024, $2.20. And the last $1.43, and this is the amount on December 5th where they liquidated the shares in at $118.91. Now, what I did to get the total return for that particular year, they sold December 10th, so it's pretty much been like a roughly maybe about a year, a little bit maybe over a year. So I just kind of said it was a year. So once if you add all the dividends I got up together, it was about $10.12. So I added the $10.12 plus the value that they sold it for, $118.91. I put them together and I got $129.03. I minused it by the initial investment all over the initial investment to get my percent return multiplied by 100. So I got about a 17.3% return after you factor into the dividend and appreciation, which is not bad. However, if we go back to the original, where is this? If we go back to the original thing, I was at one time, if you even check, you can check the suggested videos, 11 months ago I was up 100%. So that would have been a great time to sell. That's probably the time I should have sold. But like I said, overall, the process, it wasn't, this is their first time doing it, so it wasn't that bad. I would have liked for them to sell it at least at 12. I could get because the last time it was roughly about around this time, it was a little bit like $12. I would have, at August 30th, I seen the $12, so I would have liked them to sell it at $12. But I know this is the first time they issued it out, and they still have to sell the whole catalog, so someone has to be willing to pay that price. Would have been nice, but the overall experience wasn't that bad. This uptick would have probably been great. Whenever I seen that it up that much, I probably should have just liquidated it and then maybe looked for other investment or buy back in when it goes down. I didn't. You live and you learn. Those are the things that you will want to look at. The overall experience was pretty good. When they halted trading, I got a little bit concerned because a lot of times when they halt trading, a lot of times I've seen from previous investing platforms, that's never good. Could be like a liquidity problem, or the company's potentially going bankrupt, or their funds are kind of low. So it could have a lot. It could have mean a lot. Didn't go well. But now that I see, they did send an email September 6th letting us know, and within December we got another one. So that particular time period, wasn't that bad. But the overall experience, 17.3% over a year isn't bad. Once again, the failed opportunity here. Um, yeah, but like I said, overall, and even in this particular period, the shares was like 15, 12, 11, 13. So there was plenty opportunities where I could have, exited, but my position was relatively small. So I didn't, if my position was bigger, I believe I definitely would have took at least when I was up 100%. Now, you probably would never be able to have time it at the perfect time. So that's why, even though I think one time it went close to 200%, the likelihood of me catching it probably wouldn't have been probably more at 90 or 100 or even 50%. Yeah, and like I said, this is was it breaks it down from audio, video, TV, films, radio, and it shows like the quarterly earnings and stuff like that. But my overall experience was pretty good. If they had other music royalties on a particular platform, I definitely would end up buying it. I like this one more so as a dividend play. So if they had music shares going forward, I wouldn't necessarily try to buy it and expect this to happen again. But it does seem pretty good for if you was trying to get dividend within 6 to 8%, and that's something that's not correlated to the stock market. But that was my overall experience, guys. Let me know in the comments below what you think. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the like button. If you're new, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Um,